Hi friends, this is me Payal Dutta. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, ding dong, please don't forget to subscribe. Today we will be doing the poem Wind by Subramania Bharati. Now in this video, we will first do the line by line explanation of the poem and then we will solve a few MCQs followed by the question answers that can come from this poem. So, without much delay, let us quickly start the poem. Now, this poem was originally written in Tamil and later translated into English by A.K. Ramanujan. The language of this poem is very simple and lucid, so I don't think you will have much problem in understanding it. So, let us start. Wind, come softly. So, in the very opening sentence, the speaker is invoking the wind. The act of addressing a personified object is called an apostrophe. So the speaker, he is calling the personified wind. The personified wind is being addressed by the speaker. So this is an example of an apostrophe. So the poem begins with an apostrophe. The speaker is asking the wind to come softly, to arrive gently. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Shutters are the wooden covers. The speaker is telling the wind not to damage the wooden covers of the windows. Breaking of shutters indicates the ruining of privacy, the ruining of security. There is an interruption in privacy. So don't scatter the papers, don't spread the papers, don't throw down the books on the shelf, don't drop the books on the shelf. So in this poem, wind is a metaphor. A metaphor for what? A metaphor for hardships we face in life. So, the scattering of paper could imply the weak people. The weak people, they are like loose sheets of paper who are easily shattered due to the adversities of life. Now, on the other hand, the books could imply the knowledgeable ones whose ability to reason is being thrown down in times of trouble, in times of challenges, hardships. So the speaker laments as he says, "There, look what you did. You threw them all down." So the speaker constantly refers to the wind as a person. Therefore, the wind is personified. This is a personification. And what is a personification? A personification is a figure of speech where human-like qualities are given to non-living things. So wind is a non-living thing and you are giving human-like qualities to it. Therefore, it is an example of a personification. Now note here that the second, third and fourth sentence, they begin with the same word, don't. So, this is an example of an anaphora. What is an anaphora? Anaphora is a figure of speech where successive lines begin with the same word. So here, because all the are beginning with the same word don't. That is why it is an example of an anaphora. So the wind has thrown them down. Them here refers to the books. And because of this, what has happened? You tore the pages of the books. So the hardships turned the knowledgeable ones weak. It affected their mental strength, and thereby you brought rain again. So rain here refers to lamentation, the sorrows, the cries and tears of the people who face these hardships, who face these challenges, adversities of life. Here again note, two successive lines begin with the same term you. So this again is an example of an anaphora. Now then, the speaker goes on to say what damages are caused by the wind. What does he say? He says, you're very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Weaklings are the weak ones, the inferior ones. So the wind was clever enough to make fun of the submissive ones. Metaphorically, it means that hardship affects the cowards, the ones who are not brave, who are not courageous. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. Now note here, in this line, there is a deliberate omission of the conjunction and. Like after many comma, we use the term and, the conjunction and. But in this line, there is a deliberate omission. You don't have the term and. So such a figure of speech is called an asyndeton, where you purposely leave out the conjunction. And also note that all these successive clauses, they begin with the term crumbling. Therefore, it is also an anaphora. So just like the statement in Julius Caesar, the very famous quote, I came, I saw, I conquered, this too is an asyndeton and anaphora. So what does the wind crumble? It crumbles down the frail things. Frail means the breakable things, the delicate things. The houses, the shelter, the doors, the privacy, the rafters. Now rafters are wooden structures that are used to support the roofs of the houses. So it implies that it damages the guidance, the support, the wood, the bodies, the physical strength. It ruins the natural physical strength. It crumbles the lives. It causes death and crumbling hearts. So it shatters the hope. So it is ruining the mental peace of one. Hardships, they leave the weak ones heartbroken for their loss of their loved ones, loss of their physical and mental strength, loss of their privacy, loss of their basic needs. And who causes these loss? The wind. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. It damages them all. And how does it damage them all? By winnowing. Winnowing is the process of separating grain from husk. So the hardships of life winnows. It separates the weak ones and the strong ones. Now, winnowing is an act performed by human beings. So here again you see the wind is being personified. Also note the phrase wind god winnows. This is an example of an alliteration. What is an alliteration? An alliteration is a figure of speech where two words that lie side by side begin with the same letter. So here you have the words wind and winnow. So both the terms begin with the letter W. So that is why it is an example of an alliteration. Now despite all the pleading, the wind god remains unaffected, unconcerned. He won't do what you tell him. So hardships keep coming in our lives whether we like it or not. They cannot be terminated. So the speaker goes on to suggest that whatever we do, nothing can be done to omit these hardships. We have to face these challenges. He points out 4 things. So come, let's build strong homes. So if everyone in the family builds a strong bond, hardships can be overcome easily. 2. Let's joint the doors firmly. Joint means close. So we need to secure ourselves firmly. We must try to stop the challenges at the doors in the beginning, even before it can damage us. Point 3. Practice to form the body. That is, we should train ourselves to be physically strong. And what is the 4th point? Make the heart, that is our emotions, steadfast. We have to be mentally strong, emotionally reliable and dependable. And if we do this, if we train ourselves like this, if we can build unity, keep away hardships as much as possible, have control over our physical as well as mental strength, then the wind, the challenges, the hardships will be friends with us. It will be in harmony with us. Then the speaker states the impact of hardship on the weak and the strong people. When weak ones face challenges, the wind blows out weak fires. Fire refers to the spirit of human being. So weak fires are cowards. The wind or hardships easily blow them out. It extinguishes their courage. On the contrary, when hardships are faced by strong men, he makes strong fires roar. The wind makes the courageous ones roar. It makes them scream. It makes them voice their opinion and flourish and progress in life. It acts like a motivator, an inspiration, a friend. So his friendship is good. It is beneficial. It is healthy. We the strong ones, praise him every day. We acknowledge the challenges every day. We appreciate its presence every day because we are physically and mentally prepared to encounter it. So in this poem, we learn that if we have hardships to face, we must be courageous. We must be bold enough to face it. Only then we can progress in life. Only then we can get ahead. Or else what will happen? We will live like weak fires, like cowards. And the wind will take advantage of that situation and poke fun of the weaklings. So with this, I have come to the end of the explanation. Now, as I told you in the beginning of my video, after the explanation, I have a few MCQs prepared for you. So I have prepared 30 MCQs. Yes, and if you have paid attention to my explanation, I am sure you will be able to get 30 out of 30. So are you ready for it? Now before you start the quiz, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so number 1. The poem was originally written in dash. Option A, Malayalam. Option B, Tamil. Option C, Telugu. Option D, English. Tell me, what was the poem originally written in? We have read the translated English version, but it was written originally in a different language. What was it? Very good. It was Tamil. So, this poem was originally written in Tamil. 2. The poem was translated in English by dash. So, who is the translator? Option A, Subramania Bharati. Option B, Professor Shukanto Chaudhuri. Option C, A.K. Ramanujan. Or option D, R.K. Narayan. Tell me. If you have heard the explanation properly, you must be able to tell me. Very good. It is A.K. Ramanujan. He translated it from Tamil to English. And today the poem we read is the version written by A.K. Ramanujan. 3. The wind in the poem is an example of dash. Option A, personification. Option B, simile. Option C, metonymy. Or option D, oxymoron. You must be familiar with all the literary terms. Yes, the wind in the poem is an example of personification. Number 4. The opening lines of the poem is an dash. Option A, exclamation. Option B, interrogation. Option C, apostrophe. Or option D, enjambment. Very smart. The opening line of the poem is an apostrophe. 5. The speaker wants the wind to arrive dash. Option A, violently. Option B, ferociously. Option C, silently. Or option D, gently. Yes, it is gently. The speaker wants the wind to arrive gently. Wind, come gently. Number 6. The repetition of the term don't in successive lines is an example of dash. Option A, anaphora. Option B, asyndeton. Option C, hyperbaton. Or option D, hyperbole. So what is it? Tell me. Yes, it is an anaphora. The repeated use of the term don't in successive lines is an example of an anaphora. Number 7. You threw them all down. Here, them refers to dash. Option A, papers. Option B, books. Option C, shutters. Or option D, doors. Guess. Oh, yes. It is books. You threw them all down. Here, them refers to books. Number 8. The repetition of the word you in successive lines is an example of dash. Option A, polysyndeton. Option B, anaphora. Option C, asyndeton. Or option D, personification. Make a guess. Oh, you're right again. It is an anaphora. Number 9. Wind in the poem is also a dash. Option A, simile. Option B, alliteration. Option C, extended metaphor. Or option D, antithesis. Excellent! It is an extended metaphor. Now, metaphor is when you compare two things, but you compare it for a particular moment in a poem. Extended metaphor is when you compare two things and that keeps unfolding itself as the poem progresses. So this metaphor of the wind, it is omnipresent in the poem. Just like in Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken, road is also an extended metaphor because it is present throughout the poem. The poem is structured on this metaphor. Here also, the metaphor of the wind, that is giving a skeleton to the poem. That is why it is an extended metaphor. Number 10. The wind symbolizes the dash we face in life. Option A, challenges. Option B, friendship. Option C, happiness. Option D, calmness. So what does the wind symbolize? What is it a metaphor for? Correct. It is a metaphor that symbolizes the challenges we face in life. Now, number 11. The wind tore the dash. Option A, leaves of trees. Option B, hair of weaklings. Option C, clothes in the cupboard. Or option D, pages of the book. So what did it tear? Remember the poet, the speaker? He forbade the wind. So, what is it? Yes, the pages of the book. The books, they fell down and the pages, they tore. Number 12. The books were placed on the dash. Option A, table. Option B, shelf. Option C, bed. Or option D, shutters. Where were the books placed? They definitely collapsed, but they were placed somewhere. Where was it? Aha! It was on the shelf. You got it right. Brilliant. Now number 13. Rain in the poem symbolizes dash. Option A, waterfall. Option B, mist. Option C, tears. Or option D, fog. What is it? Yes, it refers to tears, lamentation, sorrow. So the wind is bringing sorrow and lamentation. Number 14. According to the speaker, the wind was dash. Option A, foolish. Option B, clever. Option C, a coward. Or option D, confident. So which adjective did the speaker use for the wind? Correct. The speaker said that wind, you are very clever. Number 15. The wind made fun of the dash. Option A, weak ones. Option B, strong ones. Option C, superior ones. Or option D, the speaker. Correct. It is the weak ones, the weaklings, the weak fires. Number 16. Crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters. So this is an example of dash. Option A, polysyndeton. Option B, asyndeton. Option C, antithesis. Or option D, oxymoron. So what is it an example of? What is the literary device used in this particular phrase? Yes, it is correct. It is an asyndeton. There is a forceful omission of the conjunction and. And what is a polysyndeton? When you continuously use the term and. So if it was something like crumbling houses and crumbling doors and crumbling rafters, then it would have been a polysyndeton. But you don't have and. There is an omission of and. That is why it is an asyndeton. Number 17. Crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling hearts is an example of dash. Option A, anaphora. Option B, polysyndeton. Option C, hyperbaton. Option D, dicope. Correct. It is anaphora. This is also an asyndeton and an anaphora. Number 18. Frail means dash. Option A, small. Option B, tangible. Option C, roof. Option D, delicate. So what is the meaning of the term frail? Correct. It is delicate. Frail means delicate. Something that is easily broken, brittle. Something that is breakable. Number 19. The term crumbling implies dash. Option A, chewing. Option B, tearing. Option C, collapse. Option D, roaring. So what does crumbling mean? Brilliant! It means collapse, to fall down, to break into small pieces. Number 20. Wind God winnows is an example of dash. Option A, personification. Option B, antithesis. Option C, alliteration. Or option D, both option A and option C. That is personification as well as alliteration. You are right again. It is option D. Wind God winnows is a personification as well as an alliteration. Alliteration because WW, and personification because the wind is winnowing, doing something that human beings do. Human beings can winnow. Winnowing means when you are separating two things. So the next question, C, is asking you, what does it separate? Winnowing refers to the separating of dash from husk. Option A, grain. Option B, chaff. Option C, cereal. Or option D, rice. Correct. It is grain. When you separate grain from husk, it is called winnowing. Number 22. Metaphorically, winnowing is the separating of dash. So in this poem, what does the wind winnow? Number A, wind and the speaker. Option B, weak ones and strong ones. Option C, hardships and friendship. Or option D, day and night. So what is it separating? The wind and the speaker, the weak ones and the strong ones, hardship and friendship, or day and night? You winnowed the answer really well. It is option B, weak ones and strong ones. The weak fires and the strong fires. Number 23. He won't do what you tell him. He refers to dash. Option A, the weaklings. Option B, the strong fires. Option C, the speaker. Or option D, the wind god. So who is he? Who is not listening? The unconcerned one. Yes, very good. It is the wind god, the personified one. He is not listening to us. We are telling him, don't do this, don't do that. But he is always making fun of us. He is making fun of the weak ones. Number 24. The speaker insisted on building dash homes. Option A, weak. Option B, rustic. Option C, strong. Or option D, crumbling. What sort of a house should we build in order to face these adversities, face these challenges? What does the speaker suggest? Incredible! It is strong houses. So in a strong house, the wind cannot harm you. So it not only refers to the homes, the physical structure, but also the people living inside it. Their bonds also have to be strong. A family where everyone shares a strong bond can easily face the hardships. So the speaker is insisting on building these strong homes, these strong bonds and relations. Now number 25. The wind will be friends with us if we dash the doors firmly. Option A, lock. Option B, crumble. Option C, open. Or option D, break. What should we do to the doors? Should we crumble them? Open them? Break them? Or lock them? Correct! We should lock them. We should shut the doors. And we should shut them firmly, strongly. That is, before the hardships can even enter your house, lock it. Restrict it. Number 26. The final 5 questions. I hope you're keeping a track of your points. Steadfast is a synonym for dash. Option A, disloyal. Option B, doubtful. Option C, hurtful. Or option D, dependable. So what is the meaning of the term steadfast? Heart steadfast. Yes, it means dependable. Number 27. According to the speaker, the wind blows out dash fires. Option A, blazing. Option B, extinguished. Option C, weak. Or option D, strong. Bravo! It is weak. So the wind, it blows out the weak fires, the weaklings. If you are weak, you will be in a trap. But you are answering so beautifully. It seems you are extremely strong. Your IQ, your mental ability is very strong. I just explained the poem to you and now you can answer everything. Number 28. The strong ones are dashed by the wind. Option A, shattered. Option B, motivated. Option C, crumbled. Or option D, thrown down. So how does it have an impact on the strong ones? The weak ones are blown out. So what happens to the strong ones? Yes, they are inspired. They are motivated. They are motivated because they are helped to flourish, to roar, to voice their opinion and progress in life. Number 29. His friendship is good. His refers to dash. Option A, the weak spirits. Option B, the strong spirits. Option C, the wind. Or option D, the weaklings. So whose friendship is good? His here refers to who? Yes, very good. His here refers to the personified wind. Now the last question. Now once we finish the quiz, I want you to write your score in the comments below so that I understand how much you have understood. The last question, this is also very easy and you must get it right. We praise him every day. We refers to dash. Option A, the weak ones. Option B, the strong ones. Option C, the wind god. Or option D, the weaklings. So who praises him every day? Correct! Clap, 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 clap. It is the strong ones because the strong fires, they are benefited from this wind. They flourish because of the wind. So that is why we praise him. We appreciate him. We acknowledge what the wind does to us. So with this, I have completed the MCQ. See, we are going so fast and you are also learning everything as fast as the wind. You are not doing it gently. You are doing it like an intelligent person. Now we will be solving the important questions that can come from this chapter. So let us start the question and answers. It went by Subramania Bharati. Number 1. The opening lines of the poem is an apostrophe. Explain. Answer. The opening lines of the poem is an apostrophe because the speaker addresses the personified wind. An apostrophe is a figure of speech where a personified object is invoked. So whenever you have questions like this, you have to explain the meaning of the literary term. So you have to say why it is an apostrophe. So in order to justify your answer, you have to make the examiner aware that you know the meaning of the term apostrophe. Number 2. What are the damages caused by the wind in the first stanza? So when they mention which part of the poem, you have to answer from that particular extract only. You don't deal with the entire poem. So in the opening lines, the opening stanza, what are the damages caused by the wind? Answer. In the opening stanza, The speaker lists the damages caused by the wind. Now note here, whenever I am quoting directly from the poem, I am writing them within double quotes. So when you frame your answers, you have to write it like this. When you are quoting words or phrases, it should always come within double quotes. It breaks the wooden shutters of the windows, spreads the papers, and drops the books on the shelf such that the pages tear. It brings back rain. So these are all the damages caused by the wind. Number 3. Why does the poet feel that the wind is very clever? Answer. The poet feels that the wind is very clever because it smartly made fun of the weaklings. It blows out weak fires. So it is good if you can quote from the poem. But that doesn't mean that in the answer you don't frame anything of your own and you just keep quoting lines from the poem. That doesn't look good. Number 4. How does the wind tease the weaklings? Answer. The wind teases the weaklings by breaking down their houses, crumbling doors, shattering rafters, and disintegrating wood. It also damaged the bodies, lives, and hearts. Number 5. What does the poet say to the wind god winnows? Answer. Just the way grain is separated from husk, the poet says that the wind god winnows the weak fires and strong fires. It separates the weaklings from the courageous ones. Number 6. He won't do what you tell him. What is told to him? Answer. The unconcerned wind god is referred to as him. He is told to arrive softly and to prevent destruction. The speaker forbids him to break the shutters of the windows, scatter the paper, and throw down the books on the shelf. Number 7. According to the speaker, how can we be friends with the wind? Answer. According to the speaker, we can be friends with the wind by building strong homes, locking the doors firmly, practicing to be physically strong and emotionally dependable at heart. See how I have used my own words, but I have also quoted from the poem. So you have to frame your answer like this. Then number 8. Why does the speaker feel his friendship is good? Answer. His refers to the wind that metaphorically symbolizes the hardships we face in life. The speaker feels that the challenges of life makes us strong. Thus, his friendship enhances our progress in life and helps us to flourish and roar. Number 9. Comment on the theme of the poem Wind. Now these questions are very typical and you must know them. The theme, comment on the title, justify. These comment, justify, these questions are very important. Why is it important? Because they are asking for your opinion. So answers where your opinion matters is very important. So comment on the theme. Answer. The metaphorical poem Wind revolves around the theme that in order to flourish, we must be courageous enough to face all the adversities of life. We must live like strong fires, acknowledging hardships. Now the final question, the last question. Point out any 3 literary devices used in the poem. Answer. In the poem, the poet has used an extended metaphor of the wind to symbolize the hardships we face in life. The wind has also been personified when it is given human-like quality of winnowing and poking fun. In the second, third and fourth lines, the poet has begun with the same term, don't. Therefore, it is an anaphora. So, what are the 3 literary devices that we have spotted? First one is extended metaphor. Second is personification. And the third one is anaphora. You can use any other example, but because this question is demanding 3 of them, that is why I have chosen these 3. You can even use examples of alliteration, like you have wind god winnows, that is an alliteration. So you can point that. You can say that crumbling bodies, crumbling houses, that line, that is an ascendaton. You can say that is an anaphora. Then there is another anaphora where you have repeated terms called you in successive lines. So you can mention any 3 from those. Now we have completed the explanation, the MCQ and the question answers. So now what must you do? You have to subscribe to my channel if you find this video to be helpful. And I want you to go to my playlist and check, because I have given detailed explanation just like this one of all the other texts in your syllabus. And every text has its own MCQ and question answers. So in one channel, you are going to find them all. And moreover, if you have any doubt from any chapter, you can write them in the comment section below. I will definitely answer. I also have a Telegram channel and a WhatsApp channel where we practice grammar and share notes. So you may join them if you want. So till I come with my next video, happy studying English. Ta-ta!